What's up, guys? Today we're checking out solo guitars and the Evertune bridge. Awesome. Okay, so I've been wanting to try one of these solo guitars for such a long time, not just because Ola's a great personality on YouTube to watch. She's very entertaining, but the models they look awesome. They look really cool. And I think the first 2 years or so they were more focused just on, building, getting the base model set and hitting their target, market, which is just metalheads. But now they're introducing these amazing finished ones, these polar ones. And I got lucky. I came across one used and decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and give it a shot. And I have zero regrets. Everything about this instrument is what I want in a custom instrument. Really, the nitpicks I have are nothing done through the manufacturer or through. It's basically just like a design thing. Maybe because the locking tuners on the neck are a little too close together, but here's the best part about this: it's an Evertune guitar, so I'm barely touching these or utilizing these. I'm really only going to be doing it to restring it, which is awesome. So I have had experience with the Evertune before through the LTD EC line, and then through Evertune's own shop. I ordered one of the Misha Mansour Pros. Um, the problem with both of those is it's not that the Evertune was a bad system; it worked. It's more the fact that the guitars weren't exactly very well designed or very good manufactured guitars. With this one, I think because the guitar is built so well, it actually enhances the Evertune experience. So, real quick, let's take a look at the specs. Now, it did come with the aftermarket pickups. It didn't come with the Duncan Solars, the one I got. It came with the oh my gosh, I'm blanking here. It came with the Mark Holcomb signature pickups, which actually I prefer. I've had those in other guitars, and they actually sound really great. But yeah, stainless steel frets, really good radius. Um, yeah, locking tuners, I like that. The finish looks great on mine. I was really happy with how that came out. I'm a big fan of matte guitars and natural woods, and so also neck through. That's another feature. And then what's something I've learned through having this guitar is it's a 26 and a half scale. Um, I always prefer 26 and a half scales because of necessity, because of wanting to use the string tension that I want to use. And also, I just find that with lower tunings below drop A, the tuning stability actually increases with the longer scale. But what's funny about Evertune guitars and what I'm starting to realize now is the scale becomes less of a factor. I could literally go on a lighter gauge than I usually use on this and still get the same amount of clarity and tension because the Evertune is doing its job. It's keeping the intonation throughout the neck, and it's also keeping the tension equal to what it needs to be. You'll notice if you play like a 25 and a half and you have it in drop A flat or drop G, with that initial, just for me, that initial pick of the note, you get that little dip in the pitch. But with Evertune, it takes that away. So it's really a dream, not just for heavy-handed guitarists, but just for recording snobs that want recording snobs like me that want basically the takes to be perfectly in tune. This is gonna save me literally hours of tuning and hours of editing because I'm not having to spend so much time on making sure that every single hit's not dipping and tuning. I know some people, including myself, that have to tune to the pick attack. So that means tuning the guitar 5 to 10 cents flat. So that way, every time you pick it, that initial strike kind of evens out a little bit. But yeah, I'm really surprised with this guitar. Just like just from reading tons of reviews, I never saw a bad review, and it made me kind of skeptical. It's like, are these paid reviews? Like, what's going on here? Why are these guitars so affordable and so awesome at the same time? And it really just comes down to Solar Guitars being a new company. When you look at the competition that they're going up against, these are companies that have been around for 30, 40 years. So I really think what they're bringing to the table is something unique and something exciting. So yeah, check out their site. Look at what they got going on. I know they just started doing some roasted maple ones, which already had me gassing for that. But I was really pleased with the way that this came out. Really awesome. Okay, so let's check up on the tuning stability of this thing. Go switch over to Logic. Okay, so real quick, I'm just gonna play a note. You're gonna watch the tuner and see where it hits. Ah, right there. It's holding really well. It really is. Now I have it set to no bends. Now, what's cool about this is you can actually set each string to be bending or non-bending, and that's a great feature. With the material that I typically write and play, I like to keep the low A and the low E as our bending capable, and then everything else is going to be kind of solid and rocked in. Obviously, I don't do a lot of solos, so I think with someone who does a lot more lead work, they'd probably want to have everything be bending. But just for what I needed to do, it does exactly that. So let's demonstrate bending and watch how the pitch doesn't fluctuate at all. So I just did like I think what 2 whole steps on the bend, and the low A didn't fluctuate at all. It's pretty awesome. And then another thing is, if you're one of those people that loves the layer guitars, say like octaves and everything else, it's gonna hold tune for you. You don't know how many times I'll be recording. And I'm like, okay, time for the octave guitars to layer on this awesome riff, and then I'll go up here and I'll literally have to just keep tuning each chord, and I'll strum it a bit, stop the recording, tune it again for the next chord, and it just sucks all the fun out of recording. It really does. But with this, because of the setup, it doesn't do that. So let's try one of those. So I'm trying to balance between my voiceover mic and that, so I know you hear the clunking in the strings. But yeah, that demonstrates that really well. It's awesome. It's really cool. And then so with a lot of progressive metal and stuff, they're doing extended range chords. So you're talking chords that have 6 to 7 notes, just huge chords. And I don't know. It could be a placebo effect. I don't know, but I find the chords just sound a lot cleaner. I can hear some of these higher definition notes that I'm doing. So I'm gonna try a few of these. So I mean, it kind of really just has a strong definition. Um, you know, the but outside of like the issue of getting it set up, like it arrived in a different tuning, so I had to change the string gauge and everything else for what I like. And to fine tune and get everything set, it probably took about 45 minutes to an hour. But let's see, that was a month ago, and I've tuned it once in a month, and it's just been either sitting in a case or on a stand or in my car, and that it's it's just really nice. And even in a band context, it's just you're thanking yourself because you're not part of the problem. It might be the bass player that's out, or the vocalist that's out, but your Evertune equipped guitar is holding strong, so that's really cool. uh yeah, I mean, I give a thumbs up to the Evertune system, and I really dig these solar guitars, and I look forward to getting another one as soon as possible. Solar guitars and Evertune, a match made in heaven? I certainly think so. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time.